to that other stuff, do you seem like a pretty busy guy from your videos, working a lot, everything. Do you think something like work-life balance exists, or is it just a myth that everybody
Yeah, so
is
that's a
talking
great
about?
question. Work life balance, one of my favorite words. What is that supposed to mean? I think the idea behind work life balance is that you work and then there's life. I don't understand why. I'm not sure if Leonardo da Vinci, for example, who's supposed to have worked a lot more than I do, thought of going to the pub and drinking a couple of beers as life. While he was creating art, that might have been life for him. You know, like I don't understand this split. I think it's very unhealthy idea to think in this split. It's probably from the boomer generation, more of a boomer to millennial generation, where there's work, you just do like you're supposed to do your 9 to 5, do your work, and then go home and then spend some time with your family. All right. But I think it's way more important to find something that you actually enjoy doing and that drives you. Coming back to the clarity you just mentioned, right? You need to have some kind of, doesn't have to be a purpose. People talk about higher purpose and deep, whatever, I don't know. Like there's so many businesses who build roads. I don't know if they have like a super deep purpose, but I think they definitely have clarity. We build roads. I like to build roads. Like it's so simple. I get up in the morning to build roads. That's what I do. I like it. And we had this conversation about your name in before this conversation here started. There's a lot of second names, family names that are derived from job descriptions. Half the German names are
True, true.
all job descriptions because people were identified by this is the guy that builds roads, and he seems to like it. He does it. Like recreation isn't the same as life, and work is not the opposite of life. I do like to do what I do. I think it's exciting. And I was basically on retirement 2 years ago, if you want so, like a 3 to 6 months period where I wouldn't be doing shit. Because when I transitioned from my sales job, I was having maybe one call a day or something for many months. I had a bunch of cash in my bank account. I wasn't doing anything. But it's the same like I saw your most recent episode. Like, okay, you sold your company, you made some money, you went to Europe, and then like, I want to do something cool. It's not like being in Europe is the opposite of doing work. Both can be life. And that's why I think that to balance this is just supporting an old narrative that makes it hard for people to actually find their purpose or like their profession.
That's very true. And I think this work-life balance comes from this people who
Yeah.
probably hated their jobs and had like a 9 to 5, and when they are going like home, they were like, yes, I'm going to just catch fish in the afternoon, and that is basically my life. That's my work-life balance, and they distill it. But now in today's age, we are learning that you don't need to do this thing that is like distill those two, because like for me even well, I don't want to say it, like, call it work, but for me, like this podcasting and stuff, it's part of my life. It's what I love to do, and I will continue with doing. And it isn't something that, yeah, I'm going to get done with this and then my
Mm.
life can start. No, it's like a
Yeah.
part of it, you
Yeah, and
know?
that's great, right? What better thing is there in life than finding something you want to do that eventually you can also get paid to do and you just keep doing it. Like that's what it's all about. And you're delivering something, you're contributing something to society. So that's good. People are
Yeah.
so focused right now on this. I hate individualism in terms, I'm very individualist, I would say, but I hate it in terms of egocentrism. People seem to think like the whole world is resolving around them and they are supposed to extract money from the marketplace. Oh, I'm gonna become a day trader. I'm gonna move to Dubai and I'm gonna eat steak every day. What? Like, let's say I can make that happen with a snap of my finger. What a miserable life is that? It sucks. You don't contribute anything. You call that life? I'm not sure how fulfilling that can be. Maybe for some people it can, but it's tempting. It's tempting. All the content out there is for you to be pushed into that idea of taking instead of serving. Because it's so wired into our brain, I need something for me, right? I need to survive, I need my Lamborghini and whatever. I think there's so many people out there who want a Lamborghini who never wanted a Lamborghini. You know, it's like, I escaped the Matrix. I'm actually still in the fucking Matrix. I'm being told I need a Lamborghini for myself. Is it gonna make you happy? It wouldn't make me happy for sure, so I'm not gonna buy it. But there's people, you know, that run around with the Rolex and whatever. You haven't even been wearing watches before, bro. You don't like watches. Why are you wearing a Rolex now? You've been told you need it for yourself to show luxury. But it's not coming from your desires. And it's not anything that you contribute to society. It's more of this, I want, I need. And I think that's a big problem that I see in society, see in politics, that everybody's just thinking about themselves, maybe about their family, but that's it. And nobody's coming with the idea to actually serve, to bring some value.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Well, I agree with that, but maybe kind of deep thought here. I need to think about it a little. Because most people, I think, are so just into themselves, probably maybe even because of the internet and the way we live in, the way and the generation we are in, because most of the people are becoming pretty just pessimistic about the world. It's probably they have the mindset of, oh, this is going to end, this is going to be in this way and that way, so let me just, as you said, be egoistic and just have all of this stuff for me because I deserve this, I suffered a lot, I need to do this, I don't need to serve anybody. And it's really interesting to hear this, a new perspective, because nobody on the internet will tell you, oh, you need to serve. Probably in some old books about business. That's Max, but everybody is like, work for you, you don't need to do this or do that. Yeah, I think it's true, because at the end of the day, when you will serve and you will just, even if you say it like that, bring value to people, other things will just set to the right place. At least that's how it was like with me and my content when it was finally like getting bigger for me.
Yeah, so, it's a lot of people who start content with the egoistic goal to say, I want 10,000 followers or whatever, right? That's the most common thing in content. And probably every coach or most coaches will agree. It's like, why? Why should anyone follow you? You're not giving anything to them. Stop it, right? You just want something for yourself. And then even if people try to give value and they still come from this place of, I want something for myself, it's still feelable. And then the second thing is, most people burn out. I don't think there's a lot of people who post 618 videos in a row and don't miss a single day. I'm very far from burning out. I like it. It's like my journal. And I actually had a call this week with one of my followers. I didn't know he was from Germany. He called me, hey, can you give me some advice on how it is to leave Germany and move to Cyprus and all this kind of crap. And I was like, yeah, why not? I like it. And I inspired one person. I inspired some more people, I guess. But I'm not burning out. That's the thing. Most people burn out after 100 videos because you entered a creative market with a desire to make money for yourself and extract money. You want followers for your ego. You want money to make a living. And it's possible, but I think it's very hard to sustain. And it can't be super fulfilling, I guess, in the long term. So that's what. Sorry,
Yeah.
but that's probably why most people then end up becoming coaches, because they're looking for something, not to hate, right? But looking for something like, shit, man, I'm not delivering anything to my peers. I want to help people. Let's become a coach. It's the most forward way, right? And it's an easy way to monetize attention. But it might be because they're coming from a place of, shit, I don't give anything. I need to give something.
Yeah, especially with the stuff that, yes, basically most creators go into this. Like, I want to make this amount of money, I want to get this amount of views. But once they get there, I think there's some shift. I noticed everybody has this like absolutely like religious transformation that they're helping people.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did
They
after
find Jesus, they
depression or
travel to
something.
Bali,
Like,
you know, like.
yes, exactly. They again have a
Right.
new religion, and just yes, that's
Yeah.
what I noticed. And I think it comes from that yes, probably like this goal of being egoistic and all of that stuff wasn't the best one. And they are all of a sudden starting to help people. And